Well, hello, and welcome back to the city of YouTubington, North Carolina, USA. Great to be back, guys. In today's episode of YouTubington, we're removing trees from roads, finally picking out trees for our tree-lined roads, adding a whole new above-ground tram line, and detailing up our underpass and a bit of our industrial areas roads, and putting sewer caps in every intersection. It's the little things that make a difference to our ever-growing city of YouTubington. Enjoy, you legend! Also, if you would like to support the channel and keep up to date when we drop our next episode, subscribe, turn on notifications, and drop a like if you like the content. It's a free way to show support. If you would like to support us directly, links to our Patreon are in the description below. Thank you for being a part of the community, and thanks to our new MurderM Nation family member of subscribers. We love y'all. Without any more talk, let's get into it. Removing some of those trees that got anarchied into roads and buildings and such before we actually start working on it today. Alright. Pick out a good tree here. And then we're going to place it down in all of the roads on this side of YouTube. Yeah, I'm liking that tree. Nice and full and green down the roads. There we go. Oh. Yeah. Snag this section too. Right up to the. I'm gonna do oak trees along the canal. I did yew everywhere else. Go. Sections, this and here, and here. Yeah. Alright. And then this section, I'm thinking of doing something different. So let's play around with some stuff here. See what we got. Ooh, you know what? I think we found it. I like that. A little differently. And I can't upgrade this because this is an actual asset that I made myself in the asset editor, so we'll be a little cheeky and we'll use collision turned off, and we'll place some of these matching trees to my asset that I made into these bushes here. I think we'll add a little bit more plants around the front of the mall here. They limit you on what you can do in the editor, so now we can add in even more goodness. Really do it up with these flowers around this corner here. Yeah. Nice. Little quick edits here and there. Now for the fun part. Let's see if we can figure out something to do with this underpass. First, we're going to swap out all of these paved pathways for dirt pathways. There we go. Much more fitting. Now we'll just move side to side here and move our way down. They're a little hard to see sometimes because they're underneath of the highway here. Go. That one, that one. And that one, and that one. There we go. We're up to the treed road. I think I may upgrade a little portion of this road because it's the only road that doesn't have an ability to go across it because of the trees. So we may upgrade just that patch to a smaller. We may go through and upgrade every patch to a small road just underneath the highway part. Okay. Beautiful. Alright. Now, time to move on to detailing this underpass, like we said. Get our industrial fence here. I think is what we're gonna go with. Let's get our line tool and see our spacing here. It's got a spacing of 12 right now, so I think that's a little too much. Probably have to be like a 5 or 6. Alright, time to detail the heck out of this underside of this underpass. Well, I guess it couldn't be the underside of the underpass because it would be the upper side of the underpass because it's under. The philosophical questions we debate when we're playing City Skylines. Yeah, spacing at 5 is much better. Get some fences going here. There we go. I'll hit this other side. There we go. Gotta get them just right, or it adds that extra one that kind of sticks out into the road. Alright, now that we have the fencing up, it's time for a bit of junk detailing. Yeah. Place that out there randomly. Getting a little bit distracted with a few industrial buildings here. Okay. Cars and barrels. Put a random bike rack there. About billboards. Birdcage? Old birdcage one. Yeah, some piles of debris and some dumpsters. Old AC unit. A little bit more of the metal scrap here and there. Scrap here and there. Now I got this portion we gotta add more to. Other side of this tree lined road. We got 4 more sections to do. And I want it to be kind of organic. I don't want like the same repeating piles in every single section in the same way, so a lot of these metal scrap piles and debris piles come in very, very handy for this. Thinking about pillars, they look kind of decrepit. Ooh, you know what? This one though that I made in the asset editor gives me an idea for what we're saying is the old industrial train line there that's kind of decommissioned now. There's only portions of it remaining. We'll kind of treat this as two of the original pillars that got, you know, regentrified to a walking path for the area. Do a little simple one under the old train line there, and then we'll do a little, maybe a little bit of a fancier squiggle going through here. Let's get our complex curve out and connect it in. A little bit of a cheeky road to place it on. Okay, now I was noticing these in the industrial thing, so I want to add some of my own to this area. Let's see what all we got here. Some stuff that seems more themed to the train line is what I'm going for here, since this is kind of the train yard. I like these single square assets. Ooh, I like that too. It's got like little minecart sections on it, or conveyor belts or something, whatever that is. I'm liking some of these buildings. We may have to place some buildings into other buildings. Got some good ones in here though. I feel like we're getting a bit distracted though. We need to go to our barrels now, and we'll get back to detailing this underpass up. There we go. Oh, plus only. I do know a couple spots that I want to put this real quick. I know I'm getting distracted again here. Yeah. Large bus stop. Might consider placing some of those down sometime. Ooh, another perfect thing for the underpass. Kind of going through the list here, getting distracted, but I'm finding stuff while I'm looking. Excuse me. There we go. Okay. Just a random piece of broken down concrete there. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that there. Put that there. Ooh, piles of rubble. Different piles. I like this. Grab a couple of these big piles. There we go. That looks absolutely gorgeous. Alright, now we're moving on to a little bit of detail for our new industrial sections on this portion of the city. I'm gonna use these decals to decal the road up and make it look a little bit better. Well, a little bit more worn, I guess we should say. Put a little pile of rubble right there. Trying to stick to just the decals. Cracked and worn sidewalk and street decals here. Ooh, and I've discovered that I have sewer caps. I feel like some areas just don't have adequate sewer caps. little wear on the crosswalk there. I think we'll go through probably in the next episode and add a bit more of the decals to the roads. Give some little cracks here and there in a bunch of different places around some crosswalks and such. Looking at this slow decal, I was thinking about putting it on there. Kind of gets covered up by the other stuff though. Just trying to see if I could find like a ratty looking tree. This one's nice looking right now, but once the industrial comes in, it'll get real dead real quick. A few more cracks, ruts in the road here. Alright, sewer caps. I don't know why, but I feel like this seems right for an industrial area. Could be wrong. Could be completely wrong. Let me know in the comments. Too many sewer caps? Alright, and as I said, I am going around now and I am going to add sewer caps to every single intersection just because I feel like it's the little things like that that really make the difference. Move this road back since I'm here. Alright. Go ahead and adjust that one too. Looking a little crazy. Okay. Back to adding these sewer caps. Had the idea to just add it to a couple of the main intersections, but then I decided, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and just do all the intersections. I feel like that's something you would see in a bigger city like this. You gotta have access to the sewer systems, which works conveniently since we kept all our pipes pretty much under the roads in this entirety of this build so far. One at each intersection, and then one where there's like a end road, sort of a cul-de-sac. Go one for that main intersection. Should cover most of this area here. Alright. Even more sewer lids, that's right. Out of all these two and go ahead and head into the other side of the city and knock them out on that side. Working our way slowly through here. Now that that side is done, we can work our way into this side of this part of the city. Go one for each intersection again, and one for each little end section, cul-de-sac, whatever you want to call it. See, I'm gonna have to adjust some of these roads where they're anarchy and flipping into each other. way down this section here. Back over to here. Don't want to go too far into the old section. I'll end up doing the whole dang city and it'll be an hour. As much as I love placing sewer caps, I don't think I'm going to do that to y'all. Alright. These last few that I'm seeing here around here. Go. Alright. I'll do a couple around this bend here since there's not much intersections in this section of road and they would still need access. Okay. Now back to our decals. Do a little bit of detailing up the road in this little industrial section as well. Add a little bit back here too, as a matter of fact. Little stains, a little bit of decal, little cracks, crevices here. Make it look a little bit more worn. Our building is clipping into the highway. Don't use the emergency lamp. Alright. There we go. Let's see if we can raise this highway up a little bit right here. Got a little bit more breathing room for the industries and the trees that are also clipping into it. Beautiful. There we go. Take care of that clipping issue. Alright. Now let's see if we can get a couple off ramps. We're not doing on ramps just yet. Just want a little more access and ease for citizens and Sims to get into this section of the city. For right now, we're just going to do 2 off ramps, one for either side. And then over here, I'm wanting to do a switch over from the highway we built in the last episode. The intersection so that people have a little bit more ease of access to the other part of the highway to and from. Bit of finagling and adjusting here. Can't quite get this to turn out the way I want it to though. Still a little janked. I think in another episode, maybe the next one, but possibly the following one, we're going to go back in here and see if we can use the slope tool to get a little bit more of a smooth grade across the highway here. I worked with it and couldn't quite get it to do what I wanted it to do. Alright, and as promised, now on to our new above ground tram going through this part of the city and in between the highway. Oh, this would be really cool, passing under the highway and then slowly making its way up to the road level. Yep, and underground we go. Let's get us a new subway stop here at our business park. And we'll do a stop right next to the oppression office. Capitol building there, and we'll add one here as well. There we we go. We just need to set up our lines. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and run it through here, just above the road. And I kind of want it to go here, but I feel like it's clipping into buildings. It's too high. We may do something with this later, but we're going to leave it right now for the purpose of having an extension there. And we'll add an above ground tram there. Okay. Now we'll set up our lines going to and from, and to and from. There we go. I'm really liking this massive metro stop, so I've got to add it in here. Move this a little bit here. There we go. And then we'll add our stops into here, and this one's going to go way around the... And our above ground and underground are not connected right now. They may possibly do a little bit of hop over in a future episode, but we'll see. Yeah, let's take a look. Yeah, I'm liking that. I am liking that. Highway sections are becoming very detailed and very busy. This metro station is just beautiful. Beautiful. A lot of traffic on that off ramp there. And there we go. There's where the tram comes up, the highway level. Love it. Alright, now for a bit of semi-detailing. We're going to pretend that this is some sort of utility road for our power lines. And we're going to go ahead and run that all the way to and there. People will still use it obviously as a path, but we're going to pretend that it's a little access road for utilities. As I actually live on a utility line access behind my home. That's how they do it here. There we go. And run right along these ones, right up into there. We won't quite connect it on that end. Connect this over here next to the trash. And we'll do a bit of a little utility road here next to our solar and wind generators. We'll get rid of that thing that's been driving me nuts forever. That random bit of seawall. You guys know me. It's not a city skyline sesh with MurderM if I don't do some paths. Connect this little canal side park up. Do a little bit of pathing between it. Give these Sims a little area to hang out and walk around when they're in between or on their lunch break. Yep. That's nice. Alright. And now, moving on to some city quay. I had an idea with this path going over, which kind of intersects with it, but I think I'm going to keep it in for right now just because it allows the Sims to move over the intersections without actually having to cross the crosswalks. There we go. Just quite a little bit. On to moving. Gotta keep the eye on these trash. I just don't trust it anymore. We definitely have quite a bit of trash coverage, so we got our main area out there. We've got these ones here that we're turning on. Alright, on to more city services. And then a little bit more power. See, we're getting semi-close to being in the yellow, and I don't want to have to worry about it down the road. There we go. Alright. This section's looking a little awkward where we have added in the wind farms. And to be fair, it's been looking awkward for a while, so we're going to try to smooth this off a little bit. Make it look a little bit more natural. Not quite so squared off into the water there. There we go. Okay. Absolutely fantastic. Alright, y'all. Now we watch our section of the city grow, and I'm gonna let this roll on a little speed run. I'll see you legends on the other side. Enjoy. Alright, well, I don't know about y'all, but I absolutely love those growth time lapses. Really let you get an idea of the growth in the city, and I love how it organically starts in little areas and patches of its own, and kind of just grows from there. More people feel like living there because there's more shops and more residents already there, and it just causes that area to grow. I absolutely love that. Just going here and deleting some unused old power lines that weren't connected anyway, and reconnecting up to another section here over the highway. Some of our tall electrical pillars. There we go. And we actually have a connection just down the way here too, so it's not like we don't have a connection. I'm debating on doing one right there at some point, but we do have a connection right here. So we're connected in multiple areas. And I think we may add another one of these solar plants. I'm not sure. Maybe just add it over here to where we already have our solar plant. Let's see. I think we'll do another one right here. Just offset from this one. That seems like a good placement to me. There we go. Have these windmills here for extra power. Do a third one? No, I'll leave it at 2. Yep. I think that'll do. Alright, y'all. Well, we've come to the part of the episode where we get to see what we did today. I hope you legends enjoyed, and we will see you on the outro. What's going on, you absolute legends? Well, that's about gonna do it for this episode. Let's see, we added trams above ground to the new section of the city. We redid all our treed streets in this episode, and we added a bunch of detail elements to the underpass, and as well as our industrial and such. And I think it's all looking absolutely fantastic, guys. We added sewer caps to all the things, the small little details. Just cruising around the city and stuff makes all the difference to me. We're gonna see if we can find some more decals in the Steam Workshop and such, so we can add some more stuff. But I'll quit droning on, and of course, as always, guys, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your weekend, and we will see you guys on Monday for the new episode of Sub-Office. Alright, guys, well, I'm about out of here, and I'll see you guys then. As always, Mad Murder Nation love to you, and remember, if nobody else cares, murder. Alright, guys, see you in the next one.